frequency and wavelength in a rectangular waveguide. This is block diagram of the experiment. First block is klystron power supply. Supply is given to reflex klystron which generates microwave signal. Then this signal is given to isolator. It isolates output and input. Input signal move towards the output side, but reflected signal from output side cannot come towards the reflex klystron. Then next component is frequency meter. It is a direct frequency meter by using which we can measure the frequency of the signal that is passing through this waveguide. Next is variable attenuator. Then slotted line or slotted section, tunable probe that is attached to the slotted section, from where we get the output on CRO. And slotted section is also connected to movable short. In this experiment, we can measure the wavelength of the signal that is passing in the waveguide, and from the wavelength we can calculate the value of frequency. To calculate the wavelength of signal that is passing through the waveguide, we have formula 1 by lambda naught square is equal to 1 by lambda a square plus 1 by lambda c square, where lambda naught is free space wavelength, lambda c is cutoff wavelength, and lambda g is guide wavelength. The wavelength that is in the free space, that is different from the wavelength that is passing inside the waveguide. The signal that is passing inside the waveguide, its wavelength is different from the free space wavelength of same signal. Here lambda c is cutoff wavelength that is different for every waveguide. For different dimensions of waveguide, it varies according to lambda c is equal to 2 into a. In this case, we are using rectangular waveguide. Rectangular waveguide is of dimensions according to X band frequencies, that is from 8.2 GHz to 12.4 GHz. In this case, the value of A is 22.86 millimeter, or we can say 2.286 centimeter. From this formula, we can calculate the value of lambda naught, that is free space wavelength, and using the free space wavelength we can calculate the frequency of the signal. Frequency f is equal to c by lambda naught. Lambda naught is the wavelength that we have already calculated. C is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second upon lambda naught. C is velocity of light, 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. If lambda naught is in centimeter, we convert the value of C in centimeter per second, that is 3 into 10 raised to power 10 centimeter per second. This is setup that we have already discussed in previous experiment. We have detuned the frequency meter, and this is slotted section. From the slotted section we use double minimum method to calculate the value of lambda naught. In this case, the output on CRO is maximum. We rotate the knob of slotted section to get minimum value on CRO. This is the minimum value on CRO, and if we measure the value on the scale of slotted section for minimum, that is equal to, this is 13. Now its value is 13 point. We need to check these overlapping lines. 13.123, 13.3, and the overlapping line on this small scale is fifth line. 13.3 and fifth line on small scale, this small scale. 13.35. This is value of first minima. Suppose it is denoted by D1. Now again we are rotating the knob of slotted section or slotted line to get next minima shown on CRO. This is next minima that is shown on CRO, and its corresponding value is 16 on this larger scale and 16.0. This fifth line is matching. When we get minima, this fifth line is matching. 16.05. Fifth line is matching with this scale 16 value. 16th line on larger scale, 0th point, and on smaller scale its fifth line is matching with this 16. They are overlapping, and minima is received on the CRO. Minima is shown on CRO, and let us suppose this as D2. D2 is 16.05 centimeter. This scale is centimeter scale. Case we will calculate lambda g. Lambda g is equal to 2d, where d is d2 minus d1. These are the readings that we have noted from the centimeter scale of the slotted line for minimas. First minima, second minima, and we get the readings as 16.05 and 13.35 centimeter. From here we get .4 centimeter as the value of lambda g. Also we have the value of lambda c as 2 into a, where a is 22.86 millimeter. From here we will calculate the value of lambda c. We got the value of lambda g, and finally from this formula we can calculate the value of lambda naught, that is free space wavelength. And when we get the value of lambda naught, we can calculate the value of frequency of the signal. From this formula, f is equal to c upon lambda naught. Remember that here lambda naught is in centimeter. Convert the value of c, 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second to 3 into 10 raised to power 10 centimeter per second to get the value of frequency. From here we get the value of frequency as approximately 8.5 gigahertz. that was the calculated reading of the frequency, that is 8.5 centimeter. From this direct reading frequency meter, we can also determine the value of frequency that of the signal that is passing through this waveguide or that is generated by the reflex klystron. When we get the minima or a dip in the output, we can read the value of the scale between these two dark lines and where the red vertical line is intersecting with the scale that is inside these two dark lines. Check this out. We get minima. Here we get dip in the output. And if I rotate or detune the frequency meter, and we get this wave. I am rotating the frequency meter to tune it. See, there is a dip in the output. In the output waveform, there is a dip. And at this moment, we need to note down the reading here in these two dark lines, where the vertical red line is intersecting. Here the reading is 8.52. This is in gigahertz. And the reading that we have calculated from the formula of lambda naught, that is 8.5 gigahertz. That means the theoretical reading or the reading of the direct frequency meter matches well with the frequency that was calculated using the formula. Thank you.